Okay, here we are. The camera always likes to adjust on me when I start these things. So, all right, here we are. What's up, everybody? This is James Wilson, MTB Strength Training Systems. Today I'm going to share a couple of tips to improve your cardio through better breathing on the trail. And breathing is one of these things, again, I did a podcast a week or two ago, got a lot of good response for it, but like I said in the podcast, breathing is one of these things that we take for granted, but just like anything else, through some conscious effort and training, we can optimize it and make more use of it. And so what I'm going to do is share two tips with you today, one workout tip and one thing that you can apply on the trail that's going to improve your breathing and your cardio as a result. So the first thing I want to share with you is a workout tip, and it is CO2 tolerance training, or basically breath holds. So doing some work while holding your breath. Now, breath holds there's a lot of really interesting science behind these things. I really believe that this type of training is the future of cardio training, and you're going to be hearing a lot more about this over the next 5+ years. But when you're doing breath holds, there's a lot of effects that it has on the body. So one is going to improve your CO2 tolerance. Now, CO2 is it's a waste product of metabolizing oxygen and stuff in your body. And so as CO2 levels rise, that's what triggers the feeling of breathlessness and that you need to breathe. And so the higher your CO2 tolerance is, the harder you can push yourself before you trigger that breathless feeling. So remember, running out of gas and getting breathless are two different things, and you got to train them separately. So the breath holds are a great way to train this CO2 tolerance side of it. When you're doing breath holds, it also increases EPO, which is a signal to produce more red blood cells. It is going to improve the strength of your respiratory muscles, because when you're holding your breath, it's basically like doing an isometric contraction, right? Like your brain's still sending signals to your diaphragm and stuff to contract, to breathe, but when you're holding your breath, you're resisting those urges. So it is an isometric contraction, and you do improve the strength of your respiratory muscles through breath holds. So there's a lot of positive benefits that you get through breath holds. So what I'm going to do is show you a really simple way that you can add this into your workouts. A bunch of different ways, but doing something like squats or push-ups while holding your breath is a really easy way to add this in. So when you do your breath holds, what you want to do is hold on and exhale. So you're going to breathe in, normal breath out, and you're going to hold on the exhale while you do your work. Now, the reason for holding on the exhale is this is going to trigger this high CO2 environment that we're looking for faster. And that's what we want. We want high CO2, low levels of oxygen. It's this internal metabolic environment that's signaling the changes that we're looking for. And so by holding on the exhale, you're going to create this metabolic environment faster. And so again, just real easy way to do it. Let's do some body weight squats. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 squats. And I'm going to breathe normally for the first 5, and I'm going to hold my breath on the last 5. And so, normal breath in, normal breath out, breathing through the nose. Going to breathe in on the way down, out on the way up, just like that. And so when I say normal breath out and hold, you're just going to breathe out like just a normal exhale, right? So it's just a normal exhale, not where you're trying to like push all the air out that you possibly can. So just an easy, comfortable exhale is going to be about 80% or so of your lung capacity. So we're not looking to get it all out, just a comfortable exhale. And then we're going to hold our nose because it'll keep air from coming in. It's a lot easier to happen than you think. And then do our work. So it would look like this, right? So we're going to do 5 squats. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Last one, in, out. Now we're going to do 5 holding our breath. All right, so what you're looking for is when you're done with that last rep, to take some recovery, like little mini breaths. So I call them flicker breaths, right? So if a normal breath in, normal breath out, in, out, right? These little flicker breaths are just, and what you're doing is you're trying to get just a little bit of air going while not enough. You still want to be having the CO2 levels rise, oxygen levels drop, trying to maximize that internal environment. So if you can, you add on that little bit of a challenge with the 6 little mini recovery breaths, and then you go back to normal nose breathing. And if you can't do that, if you just got to breathe normal, that's fine. But what you don't want to have happen is get done, and you get done with the last one, and right? So that's too far. Like, you should be able to get your breathing under control. You may have to have like 1 or 2 kind of, right? And then it starts to get back under control. So you're not trying to take this so far that you lose control of your breathing. You're just really trying to push it, you know, get a little uncomfortable with it, let your body see like, oh, I'm not going to die when my CO2 levels rise here. I can tolerate a little bit higher level. And so, you know, squats, push-ups are another good one, same thing. You know, start with 5 normal reps and then hold your breath on the last 5. So, you know, you're looking for 5 strong breath holds. If you get 5 good strong breath holds, that is what's going to trigger the stuff that we're looking for. And so you can either do like 3 squats and 2 push-ups or 5 sets of just 1, but you're just looking to push yourself and get those 5 strong breath holds. So doing this a few times a week, that's the thing with the CO2 tolerance training, because you're not working super hard, right? It's not the work effort that is the training stimulus, it's the breath hold. And so you don't have to work as hard to get what you're looking for. And so since you're not working as hard physically, you can recover from it quickly and you can do it more often. So as, you know, like a high intensity interval workout, you know, you do a hard one of those and you're trashed for a few days after that. You got to recover to be able to do another one. Whereas one of these CO2 tolerance workouts, you recover super quick. You're able to do one, you know, maybe even the next day, right? So you're able to do these much more consistently. So, so that's the CO2 tolerance workout, the breath holds. And then finally, a tip that you can use on the trail. So when we breathe, we usually just breathe without thinking about it, right? But if you really want to break it down, you can use your breathing like gears, okay? So your breathing should match your effort level. That's a really big concept. If you're over breathing, then that's a super inefficient way to breathe. But there are times when you do want to over breathe on purpose. Okay, so if you think about using your breathing like gears, right? So you've got an easy gear, a moderate gear, and then a hard gear. And so an easy gear is just going to be in through the nose and out through the nose, nice and easy. Right? Moderate gear, shifting up to that next gear, is going to be in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now it's going to be in through the nose and then a quicker, sharper exhale. So, right? And then you got your third gear, which is, you know, full on 100% effort, and that's mouth, right? Big full inhales and exhales. Now, if you think about it, most people just spend most of their time in third gear on their bike. It's a very inefficient way to ride. So you should be thinking about, does my breathing match my effort level? But you can also use your breathing gears proactively. So if you're coming up to a hard hill, you can start to breathe harder, switch to a harder gear before you need to. So what happens a lot of times is people will start going up the hill and they'll wait until they have to start breathing harder because of the effort level for them to start breathing harder. And then it's hard for them to catch up and they're breathing hard, and you just hope you make it to the top before you gas out, right? So, but if you anticipate this and you start breathing hard before that, so let's say that you're, you know, in your easy gear and you're coming up to a hill, right? And then you get on the hill, and as soon as you get on it and start going up, you switch to your second gear. You don't wait till it starts to get hard. You go into second gear. Right? You start breathing harder than you need to. And then even if you got to shift up, before you have to, shift up into third gear. So being proactive with using your breathing gears is going to help you get further before you really start to feel that fatigue. So if you think about it, the thought I use in my mind to explain it is, imagine you got like an old, you know, steam-powered locomotive and you're throwing coal or wood or whatever onto the burner. If you see a big hill coming up, you don't wait until you're halfway up the hill and starting to slow down and start throwing more fuel on the fire. You see the hill, you start throwing fuel on that fire to get that fire raging, get some momentum, and carry yourself up that hill. and same thing with your cardio, right? Oxygen is that fuel. And so if you're just going up the hill and you're waiting until you're halfway up and you're starting to lose momentum before you start breathing harder and trying to pile more, wood or coal onto that fire, then you're going to struggle. It's going to be harder than if you do it in anticipation. So when you get to the bottom, start breathing hard in anticipation of it. You're going to blow off CO2, you're going to take in more oxygen, you're going to get your body ready to better deal with what's going to happen when you start working hard getting up that hill. So, and then when you get back up to the top, think about consciously downshifting as quickly as you can. You need to think about recovering and getting back down to that moderate or easy gear as fast as you can, as opposed to just letting your breathing get out of control and just sticking the rest of the ride in that third gear. So think about using the breathing gears to help you on the trail, both make sure you're matching your effort to your breathing, or you're breathing to your effort level, and that you're able to use it proactively in anticipation of hard effort. So those two things, CO2 tolerance workouts and using your breathing gears on the trail, is going to make a big impact on your performance and your ability to apply better breathing to your riding. So hopefully this is giving you guys some ideas and fuel for thought. Let's check the comments here, see if I got any questions or anything there. Nope, got the comment from Paul, really good information, thanks. Nice, watching this while at work, working on bikes. Excellent, Paul, thanks for tuning in. But yeah, man, next time you're out on the trail, give this a shot and then let me know how it goes, right? As always, you guys can hit me up, james@bikejames.com, if you got any questions. If you want to try this and you think it's bullshit, let me know, right? If you think that it'll work great, let me know. I like to hear back people's experiences with this stuff. But yeah, based on my experience and the experience with people I've been working with this is a game changer. This will make a huge difference. Like, especially the breathing gears thing, effort levels and hills that really used to cause you problems. When you start using your breathing proactively, it'll make a big difference, right? They're not going to get easy. That's not the point, right? Like, if you're looking for riding to just get easy, that's not it, right? Like, you get fitter and then you're able to go harder, you're able to go faster. Okay, but that's the point. That's what we're looking for. So anyways, be sure to check me out at bikejames.com. You can sign up for the free newsletter there. Got all sorts of great information there. And check out pedalinginnovations.com, where you can learn more about the Catalyst pedal as well, which is the world's only pedal that allows you to get that double pressure point design that really unleashes your the power of the lower body and your body able to move well and all that stuff. So visit pedalinginnovations.com to learn more there. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and I will talk to everyone next time.